Hello, good day to you, welcome. It's me, and this is Talking Really. Today's story, Disability News Service, and it's Kendall Mint Cake again. Kendall Mint Cake. She refuses to apologise for misleading MPs in a select committee 4 times in 23 minutes. So, what a complete liar. Nothing new there, because we all know Labour, liars, Liber, as they say, Liber. Yes, so this story, Disability News Service, let's cut to the chase and have a look. But before we do, just a little word about some things I can offer you. This is a very important message, so please do try to listen. And if you need help, then you can find the link in the description. Just a quickie to remind you that if you want some help or advice or guidance, then come over to talkinreally.co.uk and then go on to click Book Me button here with the idea here. You can read about this and what I can do and how I can help you. The new booking system using PIP time. You choose your appropriate section, choose the length of time that you need, and then obviously complete the PayPal. The meeting is conducted via Gypsy, which is downloadable or using it on your browser. You can have a 30-minute or a 60-minute meeting depending on your needs, and of course it's a cheaper rate for members who are paying a Patreon or YouTube membership. Right, so let's go over and have a look at this in the Disability News Service. Kendall Mint Cake and her refusing to apologise for misleading MPs. So she does in 23 minutes, misleading the MPs in a select committee. 23 minutes of it, and it was about the PIP cuts. They have this idea, they still go on about PIP being in work benefit, which is means tested. It is neither of those two things. If they want to worry about people getting loads of money on benefits, they're not talking about the benefit where you can earn the benefit plus £500. They are obviously trying to pound this into the idea of PIP, when ESA, basic amount, plus then you can earn up to £500 a month or thereabouts doing permitted work. If you have a job or self-employed, or you're basically doing some work, it has to be obviously an employer or yourself. If you're self-employed, obviously you can't do what you've been signed off for. So obviously if you've been signed off onto ESA, which is a disability employment benefit, and you were a builder, and you signed off for you injured yourself and your back or whatever, and you cannot do building work again. You cannot do work in that field for permitted work. Right, so that's my little moan. So why aren't they talking about that as being something that people were scamming the system, getting loads of money per month? They don't talk about that, do they? They talk about PIP, which is not even anything to do with work. On 4 occasions in just 23 minutes, the Commons questions, Kendall replied to questions about her plans to cut PIP, laid out in March, speaking about Labour's plans for disability employment. And also the other guy, Timms, who is the Minister for Social Security, who really should know better and is a turncoat, was also questioned about PIP cuts by talking about employment support. Both ministers will be aware that PIP is not an out-of-work benefit, and it can be claimed by disabled people who are in or out of work, regardless of the amount of money that they have as well. That's an important one. There are people in the government who have claimed this for their children or whatever, and clearly MPs and that have loads of money, so they can still claim it. Labour ministers repeatedly responded to criticisms by speaking instead about their plans for disability employment, which has nothing to do with it. I believe there are now over 140 MPs who will be objecting to the bill and the changes. Now, one would hope they all their money where their mouth is, and they do actually oppose it, because if they don't, obviously they're going to be probably self-sacrificing, because they will be penalised. He's not going to let that go. If you object to anything that he does, he is a petty dictator, and he will deal with them by obviously withdrawing the whip. Can he afford to do that with 140 now? Possibly getting a bit dodgy, because they only have 400, and 140 is a lot to lose over this one thing. But it seems like it is going to be the hill that they die on. It is, really. I get that impression. They're not going to do a U-turn very easily. Even with the opposition, I think this is going to be a very close-run thing. But when you have the likes of Kendall Mintcake, who is blatantly should know better, misleading other MPs, and also about what they're going to be doing, such as this, which is that she said the government will be consulting with disabled people about how to build a $1 billion a year employment support programme, and making sure that those who can never work will be protected. And of course, going on about working again, at the moment there are at least 200,000 people out of work on health and disability grounds who say they would like to be in a job, and could be in a job, but if they have the support they need. However, they also need to look at, are there any jobs available? You probably already know there's a thing about pushing people into the care industry. Could you imagine somebody like that probably with a disability, going to somebody else with a disability and trying to do their care? It's that's just one idea that I had that doesn't make sense. But that's what they're doing. They're pushing people into the care because they're making it harder for foreigners to come and do the care jobs. And we all know that there are plenty of people out there who are coming here to do that job because they can earn more money here than they can in their own countries, and they can actually send money back home, even with the fact that the rate of pay is quite small. And basically, green paper that they're on about has said that the work capability assessment will be scrapped. Obviously then the PIP assessment they think is to do with employment would be used to assess eligibility for both PIP and the health element of UC. It's not a one-pin-fit-all sort of assessment because they ask you different questions, and clearly they don't really understand or don't want to understand the actual differences. So, yes, the idea that this is something that she can fix, I don't know, because they are compulsive liars. Right, that's your lot for today. I'm going to do another video on the item that I mentioned, and thank you for your support. Don't forget to click like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.